In this video, we're going to watch a couple common technique errors and go over some finer points and tips on how to improve our power clean. When we were maxing the other day, I noticed a few errors as I was walking around kind of observing you guys doing your maxes. We want to really make sure that we get set up right before we even approach the bar. So we're going to start off by looking at how to approach the bar. Protecting our back and strengthening our core and spine is extremely important. So the first thing we want to do is get our core and our trunk set first. So as I step up to the bar, you're going to watch me kind of stand there for a second. I'm flexing my abdominal muscles, tightening them up, and making sure that they are set first. Then I go down to the bar, as opposed to just bending over and grabbing the bar. When we do that, we have a tendency to then pull ourselves into position by hyperextending our back, which then, as we do the power clean, puts a tremendous amount of strain on our low back, and we don't want to do that. So we want to set our core up first. So watch as I step up to the bar. I'm going to kind of look forward, get tight first, and then watch my trunk. It stays the same as I just bend down at the hips to grab the bar. So I didn't bend my back at all. I set up, grabbed the bar, and now I'm ready to pull. And there we go. So a couple other things we're going to look at here is transitioning from that first pull to the second pull, which ends at the rack position, and that's what we're going to see here. I'm going to pull the bar up to my knee, stop at the knee, and then go shift from our first pull, and I'll stop it as we go. So here's our first pull just right up to the knee. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do our transition or our scoop. We're going to go from our knee to our power position. The power position is where we transfer weight from our first pull into our second pull and pull that weight up to the rack position. So what we have to do is transfer to that power position by pushing our hips forward. We're not going to push them forward against the bar. If we do that, the bar would flip out in front of us and we'd reverse curl that. And the other video that you'll see a side angle, and you'll see I'll put some bars up there, and you'll see we want to keep it within a certain corridor. But in this fashion, we want to stay at our knees. The bar is going to switch. There's power position. So we pull the bar up, transition from there to power position. And so we're going to hold here. Now, from this position is where, when we're going in full speed, I would then explode through the heels and driving that bar up. So we're gaining that momentum, the hip drive from our power position. And let me show you again. From right here, my hips come forward. I don't bang the bar with my hips. Right here, there's where we get our power. And then if we were going to go do the clean, we would continue going straight up. So let's look at what that goes. So from the ground, first pull here, second, right. So right past the knee, I'll scoop into that second power position all the way up. There we go. The other thing that a lot of us have trouble doing when we do our power clean is on the lift off, our hips shoot up first. You'll see in the second video that I'm going to show, there's a common mistake, and that's putting the bar too far out in front of us. So as we talk about our proper setup, one of the things that we want to look at here in this position is, again, we want to have everything set properly. Let me pull into my final position. There's a better look. So what we have here, again, the bar over the feet, my arms straight and my elbows are out. My back is flat, slightly concave, head in a neutral position, and again, my hips are slightly above my knees. This is a pretty decent starting position. And as I pull up into that first pull, we want my hips and my shoulders to rise at the same rate. I don't want to stand up too upright with my torso, but I also don't want to shift my hips up and extend my knees. So we want them to come up at the same rate, the same velocity. Then when we get the bar above the knee and switch into power position, we'll continue into the second pull. But we can practice just this first pull, and let me show you a couple reps in a row here. We're just going to go straight to the knee and down. Straight to the knee, and watch my hips and my shoulders. They're coming up at the same rate, up and down. Just you can practice that, get nice and tight there, and then we can put it all together. First pull here, power position, up. And then I'll show you one more going through a full clean, catching it at the very bottom, pushing through the heels, catching that weight, standing it back up. All right, so we've got the second video coming up, and we'll address a couple other issues.